guys came out tonight. Thank you so much. Happy holidays. And let's get started right away and reveal the Wheel of Stories. 12 permanent topics on the wheel. Topics like vacation, junk tank, and mom. There's also one space that says free. If the contestant lands on free, they can tell any story on the wheel they'd like. And there's also 3 spaces that say audience. And if the contestant lands on audience, and they always do, then you guys can shout out your favorite storytelling topic, and the contestant will use that as their story. All right, you guys ready for some fun? I am too. So let's get started right away and bring up our fabulous expert judges. All right, you guys, this first judge coming to the stage, he's a writer who wrote on the award-winning Modern Family for its entire 11-year run. He wrote this book, I hold in my right hand. He started it. My Twitter war with Donald Trump. This guy's won 5 Emmys, and he'll never let us forget it. Who says have Danny Zucker? You do it? All right.
Yes, it's the holidays.
All right, you guys, the next judge, she's an actress who you've seen on television and in feature films. Right now, you can see her in the brand new sitcom, St. Dennis Medical, every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock NBC. It's absolutely hilarious. And you remember her from playing Beverly Goldberg on The Goldbergs and Deputy Clementine Johnson on Reno 911. She's also in Bridesmaids. Put your hands together for the very talented Wendy McClendon. The next expert judge coming to the stage, he's a comedian and a writer. He's a broadcaster for the LA Derby Dolls, and he does stand-up all over town. You can hear him on the next Nerd Poker podcast. Please welcome Blaine Capatch! Here he comes! Blaine Capatch! About tonight's show. All 3 judges, they're very seasoned. These guys have played this game many times, and they're ready to play it again. Danny?
Yes.
How are you feeling?
I feel good. Things are going great. What is it? I just ended a relationship. It was mutual. And we're both not brokenhearted. Oh, that's gonna be great. How's everybody doing? I'm teasing, I'm fine. Not about the other part. Single ladies? Anyway.
Now, I do want to remind everybody that the contestants are responsible for their own time. So you got to watch your clock. The first round is a true 1-minute story. Second round is 2 minutes, and the third round is 3 minutes. Watch your clock, because if you go over your time, you'll hear this. And your story's over. We go right to the judges. It's exciting, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
For a minute, then 2 minutes, then 3 minutes.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a new cozy here on the microphone. It's all about kicking it up a notch. Kick it up a notch every show. Okay. I also want to remind the contestants that we do fact check every story. All right. So right here is the Story Smash Can of Truth. There are 3 names in here, and then also a tag that says audience. You know, an audience member plays, Wendy.
Yes, I did know that.
Okay.
I'm excited. Let's see what it's going to be.
You got a microphone. Go for that.
Oh, yes.
Blaine, how are you feeling, Blaine?
I'm feeling pretty good. I want to see you put your hand in the puncture bar there.
I got it. All right.
That was for you, sir.
We're going to start this show right away. Give this first contestant a lot of love, because it's not easy to do this. So we're going to give him a lot of love. And here we go. This contestant, you guys, he's a storyteller born and raised on the east side of Los Angeles. He's the one. You may have seen his work as a member of the Latinx community Pachanga. I hope that has to do with the resort. but I don't know.
I was legally just there this week. I'm not sure.
Were you?
Yeah.
That is depressing.
Everybody deals with sadness in their own way.
People work up and head off to an Indian
It
casino.
was filled with old guys trying into sex.
All right, you guys. This guy coming to the stage, he daylights as a script supervisor and a script coordinator for a TV miniseries. Please put your hands together for the very talented Joe Felix.
Spin that wheel.
Has been brought to you by Derringer Condoms. Protection for the smaller gentleman.
Ooh, school days. That's a good one. Joe, take your time. The clock will start and you begin speaking.
I'm ready. Hey, what? I am ready. Well, let's start. Okay, perfect. So in high school, we had the drama teacher who was also the AT English teacher. And a lot of the kids who were in my English class were not in my drama class, which was an improv class. And so one day our teacher decided to tell everyone who was in our English class what improv was. And so he elected this kid, Jason Ruiz, to come onto the stage and do a scene with him. In that scene, he bent Jason over on the couch that was on the stage and then proceeded to spank him.
Oh, no.
And then about 3 or 4 years later, Jason went bald. I know that correlation might seem like a stretch, but the weight of having that happen to you is probably enough to cause baldness.
Okay, Joe Felix. I thought it was a pretty good start. Ladies and gentlemen.
It can definitely happen. Yeah, my old girlfriend went to get spanked like that. No, it was a good story. You came out here kind of soft-spoken, little, you're kind of stingy with the jokes, but you built to the bald thing, which a little bald hate, but
I'm sorry.
I know when you have that, it's like, it would be like if I did handsome tunes. You can't. Anyway, good job. I'll give you 4 million points.
That's a lot of points. Wendy.
Wow. I absolutely believe that disgusting teacher, who I hope did not work anymore. I mean, did he get turned in?
He still works there.
He spanked the hair off someone's head.
Yep, full tenure for sure.
I'm upset. That was a good story. But I just want to say there's a 3-pronged approach to baldness that I found. If I am microneedling and really get in there with a microneedling pen, follow it up. Okay. So it's like this, okay? Really puncture the skin. Don't be afraid to dig deep. They can cover it with tretinoin.
Who are they?
Now what's going to happen is it's going to help the minoxidil sink in really far. In about 6 weeks, you're going to look like a chia head. All right.
It's the dream.
I saw this on TikTok. Ergo, it works. Go watch it.
Wendy. All right, Blanket Patch, what you think?
Well, first of all, bald guys are always coming up to me and saying, "Hey, you know what you should try? You should try Rogaine. Try Rogaine. Rogaine works. You should always try Rogaine. Give Rogaine a try." You know who's always telling me Rogaine works? Bald guy. I thought when you said that he bent the guy over that he was going to pretend to be fucking him up the ass because that was classic improv move. There's somebody else freeing this, and then another one of the guys comes up and keeps fucking up. That's the classic. Yes. Now I need an occupation. Occupation. I heard single. by 5 million points.
That's a lot of points. Way to go, Joe Felix. Glad to hear it. Yeah, well, it was a great start to the game, and I appreciate that. Look what's up.
The mic.
Guess what's up now?
Oh,
the
boy.
audience member. That is early. It is early, but I think we can handle it. Jim Coughlin, are you around to bring up a story smash can of truth?
Let's
The
go.
guy sat on your lap in the Glendale Galleria.
That is Jim Coughlin is playing Santa this season. He's doing a great job.
Okay.
Who's playing the game?
Oh my God.
No.
If it's who I think it is, I know.
Uh-oh.
Harry?
No, I don't want to.
Carrie.
That's working. He doesn't know
You'll be great. You'll be great. We're right here with
We
you.
have a bucket of blood all set up for the somebody will personally.
Okay, is that a no? Okay, come on, come back here.
Come on back up with the story smash can of truth.
Okay. This is going to be a yes.
Glendale Galleria.
Okay.
What's the safety?
This is weird. Harry? Sean.
Sean.
Sean. S-E-A-N. Sean. Good Sean. Listen, Mary Hillstone.
Oh, I know this guy. Sean the homie.
I saw you in the Superman trailer.
Okay. You must have had the shit spanked out of you.
The pens. Who we got?
Interview. Oh, wait, audience. Is it audience?
Yep.
It is audience. How exciting. Okay, what kind of story would you guys like to hear over here? Cremation. That's very specific. Very specific. How about something else? Funeral home. Funeral home. No,
Hollywood.
Hollywood. What else?
Get your car fixed. Get your car fixed.
Car fix. Anything else?
Car fixed.
Car accident. Car accident.
Car accident. Christmas.
Hilarious.
To any of those
Disaster.
disaster.
That.
The funeral home bring out a good story.
Why don't we go I feel like you had a plan here.
All right, so I just
Take your time. When you're ready, the clock will start. You have 1 minute. Follow the clock.
How you guys doing? My name's Sean Mahoney. I'm from Block Island, Rhode Island. It's a little island off the coast of Rhode Island. It's where the white man really started kicking ass back in the day. Let me tell you, back in the 80s, I used to do so much coke, I'd help the ghost bought the house. So housing was very hard to come by on Block Island. So I got lucky at the old funeral home that had shut down and got to live in the embalming room. Right? So I don't know if you know what it's like to try to pick up a girl after a couple of shots and a couple of Beluchis to say, come on over to my house. And they get in there and they're looking at the roof. This would happen all the time, too. And they'd be like, isn't this the old funeral home? I'm like, yeah, come down to the basement. And they'd be like, you know, they'd be like a pedophile trying to get a kid into the woods. Listen, right? It's because I look like one of my little dummy stuff.
Stay on stage for the microphone. Linda McGlennon Gubby.
I'm sorry this wasn't one of the 3-minute stories. I know there's more to this, and I'm intrigued, but very good. Thank you. Just jumped right in.
Michael Batch.
That had everything. Racism, pedophilia, fucking dead bodies. I know that's where that was going, right? Fucking dead bodies.
And romance.
And romance. But not in front of Danny. He's his brother.
Which is a loss in itself.
I thought that was great. You came out of the gate like a radio DJ doing a morning drive. So points off for that.
Andy Zucker.
Well, I know, like, when I have a minute to tell a story, I like to do about 15 seconds of crowd work. How's everybody doing? Where are you from? You guys a couple? And then you got into the story. What's amazing about you, and I mean this, I don't want to say compliment, but but also not an insult. But if I were to line up everybody in this theater outside saying, "Who slept in an embalming room?" I think you would be top 3. Good story, very funny, weird. And I think when you mentioned pedophile in the woods, you got everybody here on your side. 6 million points.
All right. So the audience like that.
Security.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, you guys. This next contestant coming to the stage, she's a visual effects producer and sometimes storyteller who was also born and raised in Los Angeles. Now, she created the NDA show, where cast and crew tell their own jaw-dropping true stories from working in film and production. The next NDA show is January 31st. Please welcome the very talented Taylor Rockwell.
It's been brought to you by 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock rock. Bigger than 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock rock. If I rock lasts longer than 4 hours, consult the fonts. Hey.
School days. All right, Taylor, you're ready. Take your time.
Can I tell this in 1 minute? Guys. Okay, so the first time I ever got blackout drunk was at my preschool and grade school in front of Tom Hanks. Thanks so much. Okay, so I went to this grade school in the Palisades, and I was like the poor kid in the rich school. And my mom eventually became a teacher there. And when I was an adult, I went to this auction dinner, which is like the night where all the parents get so wasted and they all pay for the teachers to go and bring a +1 and they all get wasted together. The night to go. It's like when I was an adult and my mom was a preschool teacher there, I was like, take me as your +1. So I was in fact overserved. I accidentally drank a bottle of white wine through a straw. And I started just kind of throwing up everywhere, like into, the swag, like that was on the table, like with a cup. And my aunt had to go.
Tell us, go.
My aunt had to pull me out of there, and I was in the bathroom for a long time. And I'm pretty sure my own preschool teachers, grade school teachers, and principal saw me barfing. And then when I was on the way out, we ran into Tom, who my aunt knew because their kids were in the same grade. And so they were chatting, and I was just very drunk. And I just grabbed him, and I was like, I love him.
It was my favorite scene in Joe versus the volcano of vomit.
Yeah.
Throwing up in a swag bag is fantastic. I'm going to try that. But your story really reminded me of the time that I overdosed on heroin with Peter Scolari. A lot of good memories. It's going to make a great book. 9 million points.
Well, that's a lot of
Great
fun.
story.
Danny Zucker.
Yeah, I got hepatitis C with Daryl Hannah. Funny.
You mean hepatitis C like the C because she was a mermaid?
It was SEA.
Wow. Amazing.
What a great 1 minute story.
Yeah.
Just one.
It was so concise.
I like the Dakota of that story. It was like, those. It was like The Irishman in a lot of ways. That you try to squeeze into 1
And it
minute.
had a lot of CG.
It had a lot of CG in it. You aged it down. And, Tom Hanks, just a pro, though, right? He handled it like a pro.
The fucking nicest person in the world.
I mean, you can vomit. It's legendary. You can vomit on that guy.
I really think I could have, and he would have been cool with it. And I think Rita would not have, but I think he would have been.
Rita is so fucking uptight.
He's just.
I mean,
supposed to keep her cabaret show.
what a serious. Great
SEA.
the SEA. Great job, funny story. However many points. You pick your own.
Okay, Wendy, what'd you think?
I have a warm feeling because I like hearing stories about people getting drunk at events that help children. That pretty much is on brand for the Palisades. I have to say what I know about the Palisades. Fun story. And I'm glad you let her go.
Yeah. Yeah. When we had to hear it.
I mean, we had to hear it. We had to hear it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear more from you.
All right, Taylor Rockwell. Let's hear it. All right, you guys. I know there's only one name left in the bucket, and I know who that is. This contestant is a writer and a storyteller and a comedian. She was a regular cast member on Monday Night Live LA and starred in Denver's live drunk history comedy troupe. She's been featured at events around the world. Have you heard of that, Danny?
The world?
Yeah. Around the world. And her stories have appeared in a variety of publications. Please welcome the very talented Pona Moore.
It's been brought to you by Macallan's 5-year-old Scotch. Scotch for 5-year-olds. Drinking just like Daddy. Macallan's 5-year-old Scotch.
All right. So I have a son, and forever we didn't have a dog because we were living in a place that we couldn't have a dog, and he really wanted one, and he was about to turn 10, and I was like, I have to do this. I have to get him a dog. But I had him for the summer. He was up in Alaska before with his dad, and we had this big epic road trip planned. So I get to put all of my stuff in storage, and I'm staying at my friend's house, and we go on this hike, and afterwards we go to PetSmart, and I sit down in the dog corral, and this dog jumps on my lap, and my friend's like, well, that's your dog. I'm like, I can't be my dog. I'm about to go on a 2-month road trip. We're getting a dog after the road trip. But she's like, clearly this is your dog. And there was so much hair left on my lap that I was like, there's no way I can have this as my dog. But this is the dumbest story ever because I didn't get to the point that his name's Jackson Yoda McFly, and he's the oldest dog in the world.
Oldest dog in the world. What do you mean by that?
So years after we had him, they found a hidden, a second microchip in his back fat. And the only thing on there was a birth date. And the birth date was November 23rd, 1999.
What? Oh.
And we just celebrated his 25th birthday.
Wow. Wait, I found out I was older than I thought I was too from my back fat. That's amazing. We got a dog that a very similar situation and with the kids, and we was like, oh, we're meant to have her. So she picked us, and then she died in our custody like a week later.
Oh,
yeah.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I mean, no, it's too sad to talk about. I can't. She drowned.
Oh my God.
She's like, we turned our back for 2 seconds, and she's like, come on, let me and my 2 daughters saw it and were screaming, and I thought, oh my God. I'm like, not on my watch. And then, no, fun story.
Danny, get out.
I'm gonna go. Okay, help me. But that's a good story. I love a nice dog story. So 25. So how old is that? That's like 200 or
175 years old.
Okay, nerd. Yeah, that's okay.
He has some issues, but my son is now 22, and the dog's still kicking. So.
Wendy, what'd you think?
Well, aside from Danny really bringing the room down, I love an animal story. But you know, an animal's not really yours until they drag their dirty, crusty butt across your pillowcase. Then it's official. But I love that story. Very nice.
All right, Blaine, what'd you think?
That's how I proposed, you know.
And I said no.
I check her off, just move down the list, going alphabetically. First of all, I got my kid a cat a couple of years ago for Christmas. It's 2 years now. And I just remember thinking to myself, I just want to make it to the end of this cat. I could just do 12 or 15 years. I just make them the end of this cat. Because I'm old. I don't know if you see my hairline. But also, I have a snake a Mexican milk snake that I got in 2006. I always liked snakes, and they have a lifespan of like 15 to 18 years. I'm like, I can handle 15 to 18 years from 2006. And he's still alive. And I'm like, when's he going to die? I'm waiting for the smell and the uncomfortable conversation with my kid. And so I Googled it, and they have reevaluated the Mexican milk snake, and now it is 35 to 38.
I'll leave it in your will.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling parent. So is he still like lucid?
Mostly, he's a little blind. He's got kidney disease, pancreatitis.
So he can't drive anymore, though.
Yeah, it's gonna like tear through a farmer's market. So, but that's fantastic. Say hi to your dog for us.
Sure will. Hello, Morris. Let her hear. That was a fabulous story. What a great first round.
That was amazing.
I mean, we're just hearing everything.
And 2 chips.
And 2 what?
2 chips in the bag.
That's right. And we're going to put all 4 names back in the Story Smash Camp of Truth. Is that 4 names, Wayne? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And we're going to draw the names. And now it's going to be a 2-minute round. So it's twice the fun. Are you following?
Yeah.
Did I mention the prize? Did I mention
I
that?
think you did not.
Well, hell, let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of tonight's show gets my new Story Smash swag. My homemade chocolate chip. That's right, big prizes tonight.
Because it was Gary Busey. And let me just say, I lived there when I was just starting my film career, and he was super supportive, like in a scary, nice way, and like really excited for me to go on location for the first time. And like, I was going to work with John C. Reilly, and he was like, "Oh, well, you should have my screener of Walk Hard because John C. Reilly is in that." And I can't watch that movie because I'm from the Buddy Holly movie, and Frank Muniz plays Buddy Holly in that movie, and I can't watch it because Buddy Holly's ghost came through me during shooting the Buddy Holly story, and I can't sing like that otherwise, only on this set. So that's why I can't watch Walk Hard. So there you go. I'm like, okay, thanks. So I forgot what the camera was.
It was your birthday.
Birthday. Okay. I mean, he also, during the Malibu fires, he also kind of moved in because we lost our internet and he lost his TV. And so he would come over and we would just put him in a room where he could watch his Bible stories and take notes. Okay. And then, but eventually I found out he just wanted cookies, and I'd give him cookies that he would make. Okay, so he would also crash every single party we had. My family's a big like throw party and come over, and he would just hear music, hear a crowd, and just invite himself over. He'd knock right in the fucking front door. Here you see head to toe sweats, just sweat stains out of every room you could possibly sweat out of, constantly making noise and expelling like liquids from his body. But a sweet guy, but a lot of like a lot of that. The first year I ever worked in movies, I invited my whole entire department on the movie Evan Almighty Visual Effect to come to my 26th birthday party, and he crashed it and told really inappropriate jokes to my boss. And that's one of my many Gary Busey stories.
Wow. Great story. Look at everything, didn't he?
What a classic birthday. When you think about a relatable birthday story, because it was so focused on birthdays. I felt like that movie. And then like midway through you weren't filling. It was
No filling.
I don't know, maybe my own birthday. Coming up in January, my children's birthday, and
He'll show up if you've got cookies.
yeah, no, it was. I mean, it's an interesting story about Gary Busey being next door. I can picture all of that. The Buddy Holly thing is amazing, and I need to be fantastic. Yeah, the guy where he was playing. But for it was a gamers category, I'd be through the roof right now. It was like crazy celebs. Oh my god!
I know. I just remember.
I would have heard your hand in the eye.
He gave me a birthday present that year, and I like literally just remembered it. But just yeah.
Hey, that's great though. You're keeping me interested for part 2.
Okay.
Good job.
You do part 2.
Didn't,
Yeah.
didn't your ex-girlfriend just have a birthday?
on the 9th.
I'm so sorry.
Was he getting her some dead dogs in a pool? Ah, fucking Christ.
I'm on.
Wendy, what do you think?
What I think is that the real birthday gift was for your guests.
Yeah.
Because they're still telling this story.
True.
You know those people have not shut up about this ever since. He's a Die Hard.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a good story. And you tell a story like I do. I go all over the map, so I respect that.
I like how you picked up from the Jesse Smollett sweat and then put the sweat right down the ass crack of Gary Busey.
Really?
There's good news from the Park Service, you guys. Gary Busey is now 85% contained. He's threatening his homes and he lets him in the canyon area. Sliding doors locked. Gary, he smells some. Yeah, it smells vanilla wafer. Holy shit. Hey, everybody. There's no mirrors in heaven. How are my teeth so white? I love how every other word out of your mouth is a celebrity. Like fucking, and then Frank Stewart came over. He and Mark William Baker tried to jumpstart my car, and oh my God! Then the guy from Alf, what was his name? The fat kid guy. The other guy who worked the actual puppets down the holes in the floor. Anyway, how much did I have left? That was fucking fantastic. Good job. So Gary, we said hi.
Well, it's not a canyon. That was one. All right, you guys, this is the final storyteller coming up for the true 2-minute story. And again, it's the audience member. So be extra kind. Put your hands together for the very talented Sean T. Mahoney.
Pretty good show tonight. Mr. Worthy, my scrawny paper towels. We can't think of anything. Why would you stall? Oh, God. Oh, no, he selected a size. Scrawny paper.
Looking like a guy like that. It's a joke.
Vacation. 2 minutes. Whenever you're ready, take time.
You're going to take me?
Okay, here we go. Decided one day I'm 23 years sober this year. Well, prior to me being 23 years sober, I used to wake up and hop on a plane with shorts and a gold card. And one day I went to Cabo San Lucas. I thought that would be fun. Well, I'm connected in Rhode Island, unfortunately. So as soon as I get to Cabo, I meet some guy who knows a guy from Rhode Island that lives in Cabo Hill. He's like, oh, come free this guy. He's fucking crazy. So I'm like, all right. So I go to the house, and in the driveway of the guy's house is a Delta 88 with Rhode Island plates. In Cabo San Lucas, it says 151 on the Rhode Island plates. I'm like, I can't shake these fucking gangsters. I can't. So this is a true story, and I get in there. Next thing you know, I start partying with the guy. It's been like I did a lot of low. And he had a lion in his backyard, and he was obviously working for a cartel. Let's just put it this way. And next thing you know, I stopped partying for 3 days with this guy, and we start talking about Room Full of Blues in Rhode Island, and obviously he's dealing a lot of drugs in Rhode Island. And I'm kind of like, after the third day of being up, I'm like starting to pet the lion in the backyard. Brother, that's today. Well, then he went to bed, and I thought it would be cool to open the lion cage and fucking come in with the lion. And I was in a blackout when I did this. And I woke up with the lion in the fucking cage, all urine and shit. It was not a good situation. And I went to get out of the cage, and the lion said, no, I don't think you're going to leave the cage today. So this is a true story. And I had to yell and scream for like an hour until he came out and fucking released me from the lion.
Wow. Great story. I love this story. I love it.
I don't know what to say. You know, you're really painting a picture of Rhode Island that is. I don't know if the. Well, what I don't fucking know. You said Cabo. I really thought this was going to be I shot myself silly with Sammy Hagar. He has a tavern. Great story, but are you okay? Do you have scars?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, psychologically, I'm not, but I'm.
So, wait a minute.
all right.
He didn't.
No, he did not. He scratched my back just a little bit, but he held me. He was kind of kind to me.
So he wrapped his arms around you.
When I tried to leave, he grabbed me right behind my waist, like right here. I was on and he just pulled me right into it. And it was very cool. He was like, listen, you're not going anywhere. And it was a rough ride.
I just wanted to cuddle with you.
I think we were friends at this point. It was 3 days of nose rubbing and stuff. Monica, are you doing something?
All right.
Blink of
Well, it's a great story.
It was. Blink.
I love any story where you get spooned by burnt lard. You're the lie out of doing it. You're the lie. This is like the Bill Burr thing too. Is really going. It's Bill Burr victim. You're a Bill Burr victim.
Bill Burn victim.
Oh, Bill Burr. Oh shit! You are made of jokes.
Well, you brought it up.
Good t-shirt can. Frank Gallup. I don't think anybody's going to know who Frank Gallup is. Anyone? Ballard Irving? Yeah, one guy saw one hit back there. That's for you. I'll Venmo you later. That was fantastic. My favorite part was when you said 3 days later that you're doing coke for 3 days in Cabo with a dude from Rhode Island, and then you almost fuck a lion. That was just fantastic.
Fantastic.
Great
Yeah.
story. I'm glad you're still alive.
Me too.
Sorry, Danny.
I can't believe that the guy who told that shitty first story told such a great second story. That's amazing. I was good from the beginning to the end. What does 151 mean? I'm from Jersey. I'm the five of it's a way to freebase cocaine. So you take 151 liquor and put cocaine into it, and the cheese calls it squeeze and immediately turns it into
Yes. Now I remember.
Not one of them real slow.
No, just an amazing story from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I do love you follow you said the line said you're not going anywhere, which you followed with 100% true story, which I thought was really funny that the lion would talk to you. But, I got your name really dripping from beginning to end. Good job.
Two, and now our judges will have to choose two of the contestants to go on to the third round. So let's put a minute on the clock. You guys make your decisions. And I have some news. Are you ready for my news? Yeah. You guys, a couple of days ago, I had a cochlear implant implanted in my head because I lost my hearing this past May. A lot of people have said to me, how did you lose your hearing? Well, Danny was yelling at me. And it just left. My hearing, honestly, it just left. And even through like MRIs and CAT scans, they determined there was no tumor or anything like that, no stroke. I just went deaf. So now I've got an implant in my ear and I've got a magnet on my head and I could do party tricks. So I got that going for me. And in 3 weeks, I go back on January 7th, which happens to be my birthday, and I get activated. They turn me on. How great is that? Yeah. It's called science. Look it up. Anyway, I'm really excited about it, and I wanted to share that with you. All right, guys, we want to go on and find out who's going on to the third round. But Danny, what next?
Well, we made a decision, but before we do that, we're going to take a quick intermission so you can buy stuff
Yes!
in the line. That's the plan?
Come on up to the stage and buy a hat for $20. All right, take 10-minute break. Thanks, you guys.
10 minutes, but it should say.
Look at all these hats, just ready to be wrapped up for your loved ones at Christmas. That's right, the Story Smash Hat of Truth makes a wonderful gift. Thank you. All right, you guys, there are 2 contestants coming up to tell the truth. 3 minutes. 3 minutes is a long time, am I right?
It is. I was loving the most picked songs. Hey, it was a very tough decision trying to pick two people to go on because everybody was very, very, very funny and cool tonight. How about a round of applause for all your
It's usually kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You know, because there's always, it was annoying that you're also good.
All right, you guys, let's give them a big round of applause. Whoever's coming to the stage, that person is Kona Morris.
It's brought to you by Hubba Hubba Bubba X-rated bubblegum. Don't blow more than bubbles with Hubba Hubba Bubba.
Oh, she landed on 3 before, didn't she?
Yeah.
Spin that wheel again.
2 frees would feel great. Stop the shield.
Spin it again. Come on.
If it lands on free one more time, you win.
Freeze charm. You guys like the music.
Ghost Stories! Oh, how exciting!
That's so funny. I know.
Now, Ghost Stories is a newer topic on the wheel, and Lana is not familiar with it. So this is going to be very entertaining. Good luck, Lana.
Can you turn the clock toward me?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You.
For my senior year of high school, I was living in Boston, Massachusetts with some of my friends, and we decided to drop acid. We wanted to take some LSD. And for whatever reason, it was a thing to go to Mount Auburn Cemetery. It's one of the oldest cemeteries in the country, if not the oldest. And it's very, very beautiful. We had heard it's a great place to trip ball. So we were like, all right, let's go to Mount Auburn Cemetery. So we get there, it's starting to kick in, and we're pretty excited about this. And we see this giant stone wall that's like, and we were like walking around, and there's no entrance. It's just a giant stone wall on the space that's in the middle of Mount Auburn Cemetery. And so we're like, what is this? We want to explore. We want to figure out what this is. And so we find a big tree, and we climb the tree, and we go across the branches of the branch of the tree onto the stone wall. It's like probably 12 feet high, and we jump inside. Turns out it's the old part of the cemetery. There's a word for it, like moratorium or something, but it's people. It's the graves of people whom nobody's going to come and visit anymore. I think the newest grave was something like the 1700s. And we're talking about, this is old, it's Fofton, so it's like 1600s and 1700s. And we're just like, wandering around, and it's all decrepit, and there's like giant cracks in the ground. And at one point, we all just kind of do our own thing, and we're like lying on graves. I found the grave of a 12-year-old girl I felt very connected to. And I was laying on it, and I could feel her essence coming and talking to me. And then it gets dark, and my friend Carrie starts screaming, "Hey, you guys, I don't want to be in here anymore. I don't want to be in there. This is getting scary." And so we're like, oh shit, we have to get out. And there's no tree on the inside. So we don't know what the fuck we're going to do. So we like literally start climbing on each other. We're like pushing Carrie up. And she's like, I have no upper body strength. And I remember I like shove her over. Somehow we all get over But then the cemetery is closed. It's locked. There's barbed wire around the top, and it's totally closed. So we have to now hop over barbed wire, still on LSD. So we take off all our coats and we cover the top of the barbed wire, and we start going over one at a time, and we try to get Carrie over. And she, to this day, has a big scar because her arm went through, and I had to climb up and pull it out, and as the blood was squirting out, it looks like I know because of acid, but we got out. But it was very spooky.
What do you think, Danny?
Wow. At Syracuse University, I mean, right. Well, for went to we used to trip in the cemetery in the snow. It was full, and I only did this once at the cemetery, and I did it weirdly enough. This is not a theme. I took this acid on the night my girlfriend and I broke up, and it was, and I was thinking, but I started freaking out, and I left all my friends. And so I'm like missing in their eyes. But what I did was I went back to my dorm room and I turned on a TV and I saw for the first time, I'd never seen the show before, a rerun of Starsky and Hutch. And in the episode, Starsky is shot and he is in bad shape. And I start screaming. And here's where I at. At which point, my door breaks open because my friends, who have been missing for much longer than I thought, hear me screaming in there. They're like, Danny, what's up? And to this day, they call me Starsky because I said, I don't think Starsky's going to make it. And that is a true story. And the whole time I was in trips that's amazing. What a great story. You weren't prepared for that and just fucking came out. You're the fucking vote.
A gal's first acid trip. There's something special about it. I have a feeling your mother, if she knew this, would say, and that is why you have to stay in shape. Really, really good. Really good. Callback.
It was so
It was a callback. There's a reason we picked you.
Oh,
Very good.
All right.
I like that story because I also have no upper body strength. So back to me trying to scramble over barbed wire. That was very, very ingenious of you to throw the jackets over the barbed wire, tripping on acid.
Yeah.
That's very good. Not smart to check and make sure there's no trees to get back out of the cemetery. And there's always one person on the trip that flips the fuck out, right? And the other people in the party are like, fun's over. Lights come up in your head. We have to help our freaking out friend. That's nice, but you helped her and she has a scar.
she has a scar to this day, yes.
You're blood all over. And did she have to get stitches?
I don't think she got stitches. I think we glued it shut. But she just keeps coming like a
Yeah, classic acid. That was fluid. Crossing the hospital down to the morgue. That was great. You know, backstage, you were talking about how, like, there's a category called Ghost Story, and I wasn't expecting it, and I don't have anything prepared for it. You were freaking out, and you nailed it.
Yeah, it's actually
one more.
All right, so there's only one more name in the bucket, and that's very exciting, isn't it?
It's very exciting.
I can't even tell you.
I know. All right, you guys, coming up right now to tell a true 3-minute story. It's the last story of the night. Come on up, audience member. Come on up. All right, you guys, let's tell them what to do.
Yeah. 1-877 dollars for kids. 1-877 put all money in the bag for kids. From 877 don't press any fucking alarm buttons for kids. Fucking do it! Do it!
Ghost stories. Very exciting.
It was weird. 10 years ago tonight, someone died here.
Wait, didn't you have, what was your first one? No.
bro.
Wait, didn't you do like the funeral up here?
Yeah.
Was that under ghost stories or no? That was.
Yeah.
That was an audience.
Course.
Yeah. All right. So this is a ghost story. How do you feel, Sean? Are you excited?
I'm a little scared.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, when you're ready.
Okay. All right, here we go. Block Island, old hotels.
Yeah.
A lot of other hotels on Block Island. You know, as far as ghosts are concerned, I used to do a lot. We've already been through this. I did a lot of cocaine. When I would go to the hotel, I'd be so light, I would try to help the ghosts haunt the house. You know? So this is true. This is what I would do. I would go to old hotels and old houses and be all technically not well on cocaine and be trying to conjure up the ghosts that were in the building so I could help them out. And I'd say, do we charge by the room or the whole house? That was my mental capacity at the time. But real ghosts on Block Island are very prevalent. They're there. The one real ghost story I did have was at the Narragansett Hotel. It was in the morning. I used to work for a guy named George Mott. Mott's had a big family on Block Island and nothing to do with the pork chop dancers. I don't know where that just came from. In any case, I would do painting in the spring. I'd show up early in the spring and I'd do painting at the hotel and to get the hotel ready. And one morning, I was up on the third floor of the Narragansett Hotel on Block Island, which is one of the oldest hotels. And I was on the third floor and I started painting in the back left room. It was rolling. And listen, I wasn't a painter. I was like, there you go. It was like the special Olympics of paint. In any case, I'm fucking turning on the Rolling Stones and I had Bitch from the Rolling Stones. If you know that song, it's a really fucking hot lick from the Rolling Stones. I had it like, I was like, you know, like, into the Stones, and I had it at level 8. And then all of a sudden, I felt like somebody was outside the door. And I got this immediate feeling that George, who I thought was my boss, I thought he was outside the door. And I'm like, all right, George. And I go outside the door and he wasn't there. And the Stones are still playing loud. And I look all the way down at the end of the hallway. And just out of the movies and all this apparition shit, there she was, like yelling at me at the end of the hallway. And I'm like, I went back. Apparently I came back out. She was still there. And I turned the Stones down. And she went like this and disappeared. And that was my only, but I have been doing coke the night before. This is wishy-washy. It's true in my mind that what happened that morning.
Sorry, Sam escaped.
You were listening to a song called Bitch and you summoned a bitch.
I didn't think of it.
I love it. Now, I don't know if anyone picked up what he was throwing out. This man's done a lot of cooking. Excellent story.
Blake a batch.
Acid versus Coke. This is a classic. I think my favorite part was you were painting the hotel and you said, I'm not a painter. That was a couple of points for that one. You lost those points with the Special Olympics. Problematic. It's okay. But you got more points back when you said, it's a hot lick from the... I don't know if anybody has heard of this band, the Rolling Stones. But they have a lot of hot licks. One of them is called Bitch. But it was great. There was an actual ghost in it.
Yeah.
And she was yelling at you, and you thought it was your friend, and you didn't know what you were doing, and you're coked out. That's great. I'm going to accumulate. Look for this story on Hulu, you guys. Fantastic story. Great job.
Vinny, what do you think?
Wow, Ghost Lake is more of a Beatles thing. Wow, yeah, I've heard a lot of yeah. That's a hot lick. Yeah. I deeply regret I didn't know you when you were doing Toad. And you might have been best friend. And I can't be now. I was writing on Just Shoot Me, the show Just Shoot Me, Old for Applause. Classic. And I was doing enough coke that they named streets after me in Colombia. But and about 2 days before I got sober, and I was in my office, and I was like, I ain't slept all days. I looked out the window, and I saw ninjas. And I saw ninjas everywhere. And I have no affinity for ninja lore. I don't know. They're quiet. I know they're fossil. That's it. And so I understand. I related to all of this. It was just a totally entertaining story. I love you throwing details all throughout the story, like hot licks and a painting. It's the back room in the corner. Having all these specifics that are totally unnecessary. But I love it all the way through. Great job.
Great job.
Well, just I think Bensley soft.
Ladies are really bad. I'm glad Terry didn't come up. I think that's a terrible fucking man. He was pulled by God. Jesus, I'm feeling it. She's not here, is she? She left.
You guys got 1 minute to decide who the winner is. And I want to say thank you again so much for coming out tonight, you guys. Happy holidays. Yeah. And I wanted you to know that the next Story Smash is right here on Saturday, February 1st. February 1st is the next Story Smash. I hope you'll come back. And are you guys already ready?
I mean, it was contentious, but
we're still waiting for the results to come in from Arizona.
Before you name the winner, let's give a big round of applause to all of the contestants. Great one.
I have a round of applause for Christine Blackburn.
let her hear it. I'm so sorry.
All right, Wendy.
And by the way, swipe right on it.
Thanks.
Yeah. You know who you are.
All right, did you find it a difficult decision, Blaine?
Yeah, it was. It was a great last round, and we're just waiting for the money to come in.
Okay. And did you think it was difficult, Tim?
I had to decide whether to pull the plug on my grandmother. This was hard. She didn't have the DR? No. You don't know.
Wendy, tell us who the winner tonight is of Story Smash.
Come on up and get your hat and cookies. Pona!